it's time to ask the question we all had. Not really, but I saw it somewhere. Who had it worse? Now, this subject comes from this TikTok I watched. Like stated in the video, who had it worse, the Elric brothers or Naruto? I will be giving my take because it's a fun question. And for more context, I'll be mentioning up to only Shippuden. So let's start. In one corner, we got Naruto. Number one, no real parental figures for a time, to the point that he trusted the first adult that told him to steal from the Hokage, and he thought it was a great plan. That's on him. But it's fine now. We have Aruka, a great parental figure. Now, number two, being ostracized by the village his entire life for circumstances out of his control, both verbally and probably physically. Which, side note, when going through these comments on the TikTok clip, they kept mentioning he got physically abused. And I was like, there's no way. But hey, if a lot of people say it, it must be true somehow. So it's definitely a possibility. I thought the Leaf Village had bad PR. But if they were able to hide all this, it definitely has some good PR. Honestly, what am I talking about? They were hiding Danzo, the shadow people under Danzo. Great PR. Able to hide all these villains inside. Orochimaru, Tobirama, my goat. Which is crazy to me, because at that point, people really did not respect the third Hokage at all. Because sure, talking shit to the kid when no authority is looking is already one thing. Even not giving him access to your store, fine. But even all agreeing to not snitch, it's all fair game to me. But hitting the kid, and I'm talking alleyway jumping when like five grown ass men jumping him, kicking him, that's JoJo meme type of like abuse. If that's the type of abuse you guys are talking about, then that's crazy. But hey, if they're treating him like some thief in those like movies where like he has to get some food and they start kicking him, then that's fine. I don't really count that one. I'm not condoning it. I'm just saying I don't count it. My question is, what happens if he gets a bruised or black eye, like somewhere visible? Are they not cooked? No, I'm pretty sure they're cooked. Back to the topic at hand and listing all the bad things he went through. We start off with being an orphan, secluded from everyone. I guess losing his teacher as well, Jiraiya, also was a down period. Sure, Sasuke leaving, but I don't consider that too sad, at least for me. I guess the investment of trying to get him back was the sad part. But the key takeaway is loneliness. That was his biggest problem, especially as a kid while growing up. And now moving on to the other contender, which is the Elric brothers. Their mom died while they were kids. Their dad's somewhere looking for milk. So they were also orphans. That's some shonen legacy. Every shonen is an orphan, at least back in the day. Now they have parents, I think. Nope, Yuji doesn't have a parent. Midori has a mom. Asta, oh, he's an orphan too. Yeah, it's shonen legacy. It's tradition at this point. But for the whole conversation about what's worse, knowing your parents before they disappear or knowing them at all, really, I don't know. It depends on the person. Some people weigh one above the other, some don't. They're both bad situations to be in. Now, Alphonse is now a hollow piece of armor. Edward lost an arm, traumatized from seeing a creature pop out from their mom's corpse, and a lot of other messed up shit that they encountered throughout the show. Now, if we take a couple steps back, I would have to agree Naruto would win because they were debating loneliness, and at the end of the day, they are brothers. They had each other their entire time throughout the show. Anytime anyone was feeling bad or sad, they had each other to pull each other up. So loneliness wasn't really an issue for them as much as Naruto, because they made Naruto look like he had no one. Okay, let me not say he had no one, because he did have one girl who couldn't look at him in the eyes, so that they never interacted. In Hinata, of course. He also had Shikamaru, who hanged out with him time to time, but it's kind of sketchy because the timeline it's kind of weird, because it makes us feel like Naruto really had no friends while growing up. But we know that he hung out with Shikamaru a bit. Unless Naruto was a greedy fuck and just wanted more than one friend. And even then, where Shikamaru is, Shoji is not too far behind. At least when they were kids. So yeah, narratively, Naruto was more lonely. Also, not being hated in the village goes a long way and makes it easier when finding help and support, which the brothers definitely had a lot of throughout their journey at least. But what I want to talk about is who had it worse. I want to power scale the suffering. With that in mind, I'm full Team Alric brothers. Just for the sole fact, at least for me, is Alphonse surviving. Now, it did end up for the best, and this might be crazy to say. It would have been better if Alphonse would have died. For everyone's sake. Listen, please listen before you start hating. Sure, losing an arm, I get it. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Arm gone. But waking up every day seeing your brother in a set of armor reminding you of the dumb things you did, plus the arm, with no real concrete way to return him back to normal. Elric is lucky that his brother was such a great guy, cause bro, he didn't break. I respect it, I really do. I believe just this fact alone, no diffs anything Naruto went through. Now, Fullmetal Alchemist World does have an edge because as a whole it felt more darker and definitely had more weirdos like Shotucker and some Sins walking around that were not mentally all there. And we can say that OG Naruto also had same people like Orochimaru. He was a menace. The concept of Deidara and his dad, only the concept, you know, a guy who walks around blowing people up for art and a religious crazy guy who kills himself and kills the other person as well. The concept, crazy. I don't know about the real thing though. But to be honest, it was never a Naruto problem to begin with. It was really a Sasuke problem, and if not Sasuke, other characters dealt with it. I'm pretty sure Naruto only interacted with Orochimaru like maybe 2-3 times. But more on the Naruto side of things, I know the third had deadbeat tendencies. But if anyone was abusing me, I was not snitching, people would be losing jobs. The only way you hating is through your eyes, and if I had a bad day, even that's enough for me to snitch. Now, results may vary because we are talking about the third, but you lay a finger on me, I'm crashing out. Konohamaru's hearing of it. I don't know what he's gonna do. His butler's hearing of it. The whole village is gonna know. Your store is gonna go bankrupt. There's one statement that I always see which I disagreed with. And why not add it to this video as well? Naruto was one bad day from becoming a villain. And I can't see it, honestly. Does he go through shit? Yes. But villain worthy? I don't know. Especially for a character like Naruto. We're talking about the I believe it guy. Like comparatively to the villains we saw in the show, a lot had to happen for them to become villains, such as, you know, Kisame, Zabuza, growing up in an environment of the blood mist when they had to kill each other as kids. Or if we compare him to someone he's heavily compared to in the show, in Obito, this guy had to have a whole bad month. That's just a day, a whole month. I don't know the time period exactly, but I'm going to call it a month. That turned him evil. He lost an eye. He got crushed by a boulder. His teacher was not there to save him. He got saved by some random old man. He was getting annoyed by this Zetsu guy. And then when he gets out and is able to walk again, the first thing he sees out of context is the person he loved very much get killed by someone he respected very much. He does learn the context later, but at that point, it was too late for him. That's the sequences of events that turned him to be a villain. Someone I believe could have actually been a villain is Neji. That boy was a slave, and he was yapping about destiny and how he was locked to destiny and being the slave for the main branch of the Hyuga clan. To the point that he tried to kill or heavily injure, I forget what the intention was, Hinata. If not stopped, he would have been very cooked if he went through with it. Either he gets, you know, killed by the main branch, or he escapes, and I don't think he could escape because of the seal, but if he found a way to escape, he would have been a villain. He would have been terrorizing Hyuga members. Might have just been one of the Akatsuki. Joined the dark side. Maybe I just disagree because of Naruto's character in general. I believe he could give me 10 timelines, and out of the 10 timelines, maybe 2 of them, he becomes a villain. But you need to change a lot of things for the guy to become what you guys want him to be. Because this guy is stubborn as hell. Well, that's enough of me yapping. Even though it's clear what it is. FMA brothers wash when talking about who had it worse. Naruto wins if we're talking about loneliness. And Naruto isn't becoming a villain. He was in one day. Maybe a year off becoming a villain. There you go. Give the badges out as necessary. First place, second place, and third place. Which doesn't really mean anything in this context. But yeah. What do you guys think? Whose side are you on for the 3 questions I asked? Because I can be swayed. One good comment and I'm like, I'll think about it. I'm liable to change. And fuck it. Out of the 2, let me know who had a happier ending. And with that, I'm out.